Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, depending on where you're signing in from. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jonathan Yakasha with Tech Connect. I'm very pleased to be the host of the MSD Solutions Lab Pilot Grant webinar, Program Overview and Technology Partner Showcase. Over the next hour and 15 minutes or so, you are going to hear some great presentations from the 10 semifinalists from the MSD Challenge from earlier this year. Really excited to hear from all of them. I've had the opportunity to hear from all of them at Congress and Expo earlier this year, and you've got the opportunity to hear from them shortly. They're going to have 5 minutes to describe their technology and what it can do for companies to address MSD risks in the workplace. I'm joined today by Paige DeBello from NSC. Paige is going to give you a great overview of the program itself. I am with Tech Connect. We were the administration partner for this program, and we are pleased to partner with NSC on this and several other programs as well, all focused on safety in the workplace. With that, Paige, why don't you tell us a bit more about the program?
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. And hello, all. I'm glad that you were able to join us today to learn about the MSD Solutions Pilot Grant Program. So I'll just give a quick overview in case you're new to the MSD Solutions Lab and what we're all about. I'll just give us a little bit of background here. So the National Safety Council launched the MSD Solutions Lab, made possible by generous funding and support from Amazon 4 years ago. And since then, we've been hyper-focused on this mission that you see here, eliminating MSDs from workplaces worldwide so that people can spend time doing the things that they love with the people that they love. And what started as a bold vision to address MSDs, the most common workplace injury, has really grown into a dynamic and research-driven movement that's fueled by innovation and action. We offer a wealth of free evidence-based resources, from white papers to infographics, that are readily available on our website. We also have 2 robust grant programs, of which we'll be focusing in on our pilot grant program today, and continue to support and accelerate progress through a cycle of collaboration and innovation. And we remain just generally committed to raising awareness about both the impact of MSDs and the solutions that are available, such as the solutions that are going to be showcasing for us here today. And so, Jonathan, if you want to go to the next slide. So through the MSD Pledge Initiative, which is a real cornerstone of the MSD Solutions Lab, we have nearly 250 leading organizations that represent 3 million employees worldwide that have made a shared commitment to reducing MSDs and advancing worker well-being in their own workplaces. We ask organizations through this MSD pledge to commit to reducing MSD risks within their own organizations, increasing their organizational safety cultures, and increasing their efforts related to innovation and collaboration. And so if you want to go to the next slide. So for those of us joining today, if you haven't already, I encourage you to join the MSD Pledge community. This commitment to the MSD Pledge opens the door to a lot of exclusive benefits as well, including the pilot grant opportunities we're going to be talking about today, but also the opportunity to join us for benchmarking events, expert office hours, and just generally joining a network of organizations that are united by the common goal of ending workplace MSDs. So you can take the pledge by scanning the QR code here. And as a note, you must be in the MSD Pledge community in order to be eligible for a pilot grant with one of the 10 great solution providers that we're going to hear from today. And so going to the next slide, thanks, Jonathan. And so just a little bit about the MSD Pilot Grant Program and overview here. The goal of this program is really simple but powerful: to prevent MSDs by connecting organizations with innovative technology providers. And so we're aiming to help companies trial emerging solutions in real-world settings so that we can see what truly works to reduce MSD risk on the job. And so how the grants work: each year during the Safety Innovation Challenge at NSC Congress and Expo, which Jonathan mentioned, we identify cutting-edge technology providers that are focused on MSD prevention. Organizations are then encouraged to apply for a grant with one of these providers to pilot the technology for about a year. And at the end of the pilot, organizations are asked to share their results and lessons learned with NSC, helping to build a stronger evidence base for what's effective. And so to take part, organizations must, like I said, be a member of the MSD Pledge community and have identified MSD risks within their operations that they want to address. So this is really a great opportunity to test some promising solutions, collaborate with innovators, and make measurable progress toward eliminating your own workplace's MSD risks. And so looking at the next slide, about the award amount. So selected projects can receive up to $20,000 in funding to support their pilot efforts. And to apply, organizations and technology providers must partner to submit a joint application. And we've seen in the past that strong proposals really clearly demonstrate the current MSD risks within the organization or injury data that the pilot aims to address. a plan to gather feedback from the workers that are actually utilizing the technology, and a vision for sustaining or expanding the technology's use beyond just the initial pilot year. And so this shows not only a commitment, but also how the pilot could lead to lasting changes in workplace safety. And so applications are due in mid-January on January 15th. So now is really the time to start building some of those partnerships and developing your proposals. And so with that, we can meet our 10 eligible solution providers that are ready to partner with you all for a pilot project. I'll pass it back over to you, Jonathan.
Great. Thanks, Paige. All right, folks, I hope you're ready to hear about some really impressive technologies. I know I was really pleased to learn about them all myself. First off, can I have the representative from AMP Health come on to their computer and monitor and take it away, Jake?
Yeah, thank you, Jonathan. Well, I want to thank everyone for being here and thank the NSC. We're big fans of the MSD Solutions Lab and just love this initiative and this opportunity. My name is Jake Hoffman. I'm Director of Business Development at AMP Health. I'm really excited to tell you more about our company. AMP is the first AI-native injury prevention platform designed to address dynamic workforce risk. AMP exists to shift the paradigm in MSD injury prevention by turning human and workplace data into actionable interventions tailored to your workforce. And actually, if you want to go back there, yeah, thanks, Jonathan. Now, that's sort of a mouthful and a big ambition. So before I tell you about how we do that, I want to tell you about how we think and what we think. You can go to the next slide. Thank you. So we think that one of the greatest risks to employers lies latent. The variation from one person to another, or over time, or even with shifting job demands. Latent but clearly dynamic risk that job analysis and ergonomic analysis and changes alone simply don't address. So we asked ourselves, how do we assess the worker in a scalable, feasible way and not just the job? And that brings us to our answer, which is movement health, or more specifically, movement health assessments. These are 3-minute standardized assessments it's a standardized set of 6 movements that are completed, and they use computer vision to capture range of motion, asymmetry, imbalances, and compensatory nuances in an individual employee. All of this information gives us deep insight into a worker's readiness, risk, and capacity. Computer vision is exceptional at being able to repeat and standardize these assessments. This is really an entirely new data point in the world of safety and injury prevention, and really a potential blue ocean of upstream leading indicators of injury. So the question we then ask ourselves is what do we do with it? Because we really want to empower our clients and partners with something actionable, not just actionable data, but a really structured way to take action from those insights. And we apply it to pre-shift stretch. And that's what we're talking about today. Pre-shift stretch is a proven strategy for reducing MSDs in the workforce. Some studies show even up to a 60+% reduction in recordable injuries related to MSDs. However, most of these programs are generic, static, and drift out of alignment with real risk, that latent dynamic risk. And that's where traditionally early intervention can break down. Next slide. Thank you. Now, that is until now. AMP has built a system to process more injury risk variables faster than ever before. So I'm talking about movement health assessments and mobility data, job demands, which we take in through our platform, individual history when we can get it, and other environmental factors. And all of this powers a platform that delivers real-time, dynamic, and personalized, tailored prevention at scale. Next slide, please. And so how do we deliver this personalized injury prevention programming? Well, through a feature we call workforce readiness. Via a user-friendly employee app, employees can self-administer a quick movement health assessment and immediately receive a movement program that's tailor-made to them. And so this is where we're talking about that personalized pre-shift stretching. In addition, our employee app is a great place for employers to distribute resources and pulse surveys. This could be information about hydration or your drug and alcohol policy or safe lifting. And also, you can track compliance and trends by location, shift, job function, etc. We can go to the next slide. So we're going from this risk model we've built to real world impact and backed by insights from leading experts in sports science. One of our partners is the University of North Carolina, their Department of Exercise and Sports Science, which is known for studying the correlation between human movement and injury. We use machine learning to continuously adapt this model and deliver movement programs that really live and breathe with your workforce. And that's what makes it different. That's what makes us different. I'll say it's AI native. So we built this platform over the past year and a half to really be ready for the next wave of technology. It's scalable and it's enterprise ready. And perhaps most importantly, we built in digital trust and privacy from day one. We're on a mission to make MSD injury prevention more insightful, more effective, and really more human. And I hope you'll join us in our mission to redefine injury prevention and power resilient workforces. We'd love to partner with you. If you're already using pre-shift warm-ups or stretching or looking at a way to feasibly implement them, we think this pilot opportunity is a really great way to align interests and make an impact. I am going to drop my contact information into the chat. It's jake@amphealth.com. It's my email. You can also go to amphealth.com and click request a demo in the top right corner. We're pretty easy to reach. But I hope if you're interested in learning more that you'll reach out, and we look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jake. Sorry about that. I thought the auto transitions were not on, so I apologize for the jumping around back and forth there. Appreciate your patience there. So next up, can I have a representative from CerebrumEdge, please?
Thank you, Jonathan. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Rishi, and I am with this startup named CerebrumEdge, and we are presenting our digital ergonomics platform named ErgoEdge. It's built with AI and computer vision as a platform. Next slide, please. Fine. So basically, we have been more than 7 years into the MSD prevention, and we went through multiple evolution and improvements. We have partnered with university research labs, and that's where we were validated initially. And after that, we went through multiple industrial validation with our partners. Currently, we are present in more than 25 countries, all 6 continents, and more than 10,000 assessments have been completed on the ErgoEdge platform. We are by global companies in manufacturing, in automotive, consumer appliances, warehousing, packaging, etc. And the platform has been tested in assembly lines, in warehouses, in different kind of indoor and outdoor settings. Recently, we were honored as top 3 finalists in NSC Safety Innovation Challenge. Previously, we were also awarded as most innovative startup by PREMUS, which is Prevention of Musculoskeletal Disorder Conference, which happens every year. And we were provided a grant for research as well. Next slide, please. So it's a simple platform. You don't need any additional hardware. The existing smartphones, any Android or Apple phone, that is sufficient. Or if you have a tablet, that is good to capture the video and upload. Once you upload the video to the platform, it gives you lot of visual analysis. It tells you where exactly the problem is, and it generates reports with a lot of details telling you the risk severity of that particular task, which part of the body is mostly getting impacted. But more importantly, it gives you a validation. So basically, for each posture which we evaluate, we provide a 3-dimension simulation which you could validate whether the AI, our AI platform has got it right or not. So it gives you a self-validation of the entire uh, the AI algorithm. Additionally, it also gives you the possible controls, the engineering controls or administrative controls which you could use to make sure that the risk for that particular task is getting reduced in the future. Next slide, please. So we have the platform which takes care of ergonomics for every possible task type. It could be a general workload, it could be upper limb activities or repetitive task, as well as different kind of manual material handling task. So we provide a set of standards which are kind of a global standards, very popular ones. And many of the standards is not only the posture, which is the factor, but beyond posture is also the force, the duration of the task, the frequency of the task, as well as the psychosocial and environmental factors like the temperature, whether the task is too tedious or you have a tight deadline to complete that. So those factors are also taken into account while getting your comprehensive ergonomics risk assessment. Next slide, please. Fine. So within the pilot program, what we hope that we can collaborate with some of you, and what we are planning to do and what we are proposing to do is we will work together in defining the scope of the pilot, giving them the resource constraint, the time constraint, etc. What could be achieved within the pilot time frame. We will help you help your team trained on our platform. So we'll provide you hands-on training. We will also do the periodic review about the assessment which you are doing, whether that is up to standard or where extra effort is required. We will check the progress with you and also complete the impact study, the final case study where we will know about, we will quantify the benefits of the entire pilot program for your own internal as well as external usage. So within the pilot program, the platform training is included, subscription of to 4 users, planning and review, and technical support. Of course, the travel is not included in the pilot. Next slide, please. So just to summarize, we provide a comprehensive posture analysis as well as ergonomics risk study as well as intervention program on our platform. It identify and improve all the risky tasks and give you a validation which you could do it yourself. Next slide, please. You could reach us at info@cerebrumedge.com or www.cerebrumedge.com. I'll put our information in the chat box. Thank you so much.
Great, CerebrumEdge, thank you very much. Up next, we have the representative from MATE, please. Up next is the presentation from MATE. You can go ahead and come off of mute and turn your camera back on. That would be fabulous. Great, there we go.
Okay, sorry. You can go to the next slide, Jonathan. So my name is Stuur, I'm from MATE, and this is often the situation in the workplace. A manager, worker, and an ergonomic expert gather around to discuss workplace injuries. And if you go to the next slide, an important conversation, as we all know the negative effects of these injuries. And next slide. The ergonomist has done an analysis resulting in no injury risk, but she questions the analysis as they are time consuming and highly subjective. She wonders what about the dynamic nature of the task other joints, worker-specific characteristics such as BMI or age, and what if I want to explore the effects of, for example, an exoskeleton? Current ergonomic risk assessments, they are ineffective because they fail to consider these parameters, a fact that is substantiated by the continued increase in injury prevalence. And in order to prevent injuries, it is important to know how they originate. And injuries originate when there is an imbalance between musculoskeletal loading, such as compressive and muscle forces, and loading frequency on one side, and loading capacity, which is affected by age, BMI, physical activity on the other side. And in order to predict injuries, we will represent this balance by an X and Y axis. On the y-axis, we put the forces that are acting on our biomaterials. We estimate these forces using complex biomechanical models. And these forces are expressed in a percentage as we define them in respect to the loading capacity of the worker that we define based on worker-specific characteristics. The loading repetition is then represented on the x-axis. And based on all this information, we can then start to define risk zones for each biomaterial and each joint using fatigue failure theory, overcoming all the shortcomings of the current ergonomic risk assessments. And therefore, it's not about the assessment or the input of the assessment, like others assume, but it's about the risk assessment itself. And therefore, we created MATES. It uses a musculoskeletal modeling workflow to estimate these forces during dynamic worker-specific tasks, and uses the fatigue failure theory to assess the overloading risk, accounting for worker-specific characteristics. MATE is very simple to use. Ergonomists measure the worker's motion with wearable devices such as IMUs or by using videos. That data is then uploaded to our cloud platform, and the ergonomist receives the risk assessment in their inbox within minutes. MATE is based on years of research, and we have shown that MATE is 77% accurate in estimating high-risk tasks that result in low back pain, compared to NIOSH, which is 9% accurate using the same database. The MATE moves away from traditional risk estimation, and instead of avoiding specific static poses at all costs, the MATE only penalizes high magnitudes on frequencies of musculoskeletal loading. And this approach provides a more realistic, flexible, and individualized assessment, empowering ergonomists to design a safer workplace. Consider this example: a worker lifting 25 kilogram bags 4 times a day in combination with his other tasks. Most ergonomic risk assessments indicated that this task should be avoided at all costs, but not with MATE. The physical loading during the task was probably very high, but only for a very short amount of time and not often enough to be at risk. However, the MATE and no other tool indicated that there could develop an injury at his shoulder, exactly what the worker told us afterwards. So what can you expect from me? We would love to help you writing this grant, help you set up with the ID, decide on the methodology and the protocol to solve your problem. And when granted, you receive all the measurement devices required to assess the overloading risk. You get unlimited access to the tool, and we're happy to help you online or on-site with the project. We have exciting ideas we're ready to explore with MATE, looking at individualized reintegration using worker characteristics to guide reintegration, exoskeleton assessment, quantifying the effect of various exoskeletons during tasks, workplace design, leveraging simple mock-ups with MATE for design and redesign, physical readiness, and job fit, quantifying a worker's physical readiness to determine job suitability. So in the end, we are with our evidence-based ergonomic risk assessment, we are very precise in our prediction, and with MATE, you can put prevention really into practice. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Up next, we've got MakuSafe. Take it away,
Thanks
Tom.
very much, Jonathan. Appreciate it. My name is Tom West. I'm Vice President and Global Practice Leader here at MakuSafe. Very happy to be with you all today and introduce you to MakuSafe if you're not familiar with what we're doing. MakuSafe is a multi-function wearable technology that is proven, practical, and very effective. We automate hazard identification by collecting a wide array of leading indicator data that has predictive value. This enables a better understanding of the potential risk workers are exposed to and experiencing right now. So mitigating risk, implementing controls, taking corrective action is easier and much more focused based on data insights and evidence. Safety teams truly have the opportunity to reduce or even eliminate hazards before incidents and injuries occur. Not only do we monitor and visualize human motion, ergonomics, and worker physicality in real time, even on a smartphone, safety leaders can now see indicators of high force, repetitive motion, the effort required to do work, pushing and pulling, twisting and turning, slips, trips, and falls. But we combine that with readings that are personalized about the ever-changing environmental conditions around a worker, things like heat index, sound exposure, and more to provide context so that we can visualize trends and patterns throughout your facility before injuries occur. Unique to MakuSafe is push-to-talk voice communication for real-time near miss and good catch reporting from the frontline worker. We can enable this protection for remote and field workers, route drivers. New this year, our latest functionality addresses forklift safety by using proximity sensing and gives operators visual signals about who they might not be able to see. And we accomplish all this with the widest array of sensors and capability available in a wearable in the safety tech space, combining ergonomics, industrial hygiene, push-to-talk reporting, and spatial and proximity awareness into this small, practical, easy-to-deploy wearable device that we call the Ally. And we do all this while avoiding violating worker privacy concerns by not collecting any personal or biometric data, not tracking people, and not targeting the worker as the potential problem that needs to be fixed. So MakuSafe has been used to date on 4 continents by scores of organizations across a wide variety of industries. Thousands of workers around the world wear MakuSafe every day. The results that we have seen our clients attain over the last several years are remarkable. Clients have seen strain and exertion incidents eliminated to 0. Jonathan, these are those animated slides. If you don't mind clicking through them for me, please.
Stay on this one?
No, click through the next,
Okay.
Advance, or maybe it's not working for you.
Are you not seeing it?
I'm not, but that's okay. Oh, there you go. Clients have seen strain and exertion incidents eliminated, reduced to 0 for 2 to 3 years in very high volume manual material handling operations across multiple sites, significantly reducing the potential for longer-term MSDs. They've seen huge productivity gains possible by not wearing people out with fatigue. Numerous clients have celebrated the lowest work comp years in recent history. They've reduced their incident rates and insurance costs dramatically. We routinely see incident and claims reduced by 50 to 90% within 12 months. We see uncovering of unknown risks, lowered recordables, improved engagement in near-miss reporting, immediate reduction in forklift to pedestrian interactions, better process health, productivity. We're grateful to NSC for working with many of our clients to publish case studies and tell their success stories. So technology is available and accessible right now that can help you keep your people safe with huge ROI potential. Most safety leaders we talk to really just need help getting started. These pilot opportunities really are a tremendous advantage, and we would be happy to work with you on a submission for these pilot grant proposals. Our team would be very happy to answer any questions you might have. My contact information and links to our site are there. Thanks, Jonathan.
All right. Next up, we have MOOVENCY.
Hey everybody, can you hear me? It's all right? Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicholas. I'm the sales manager at MOOVENCY. I'm excited to share how MOOVENCY is transforming workplace safety with our AI-powered solution for MSD prevention. Over the next 5 minutes, I will show you why this matters and how we can help your organization. Next slide, please, Jonathan. So we're a French-based company that brings together 23 team members with over 6 years of dedicated research in ergonomics. We've conducted more than 600 days of field interventions with our ergonomists and currently serve over 150 clients worldwide. We're not just a technology provider, we are also your partner in ergonomics excellence. Next slide, please. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. MSD are the #1 workplace health issue globally. In Europe, they account for 87% of all occupational diseases, with 10 million lost workday annually, and an average cost of 21,000 euros per case. In the US, it's even more striking. MSDs are the leading cause of occupational diseases, representing 30% of all work-related illness and injuries, costing an average of $25,000 per case, with over 3 million lost workday each year. But here is the real problem. Current solutions simply don't work. Visual observation is only 60% accurate, and wearable sensors, because between $30,000 and $70,000, they're invasive, require complex setup, and workers often resist wearing them. And next slide, please. So that's why we created Chimea. So our solution combines computer vision with artificial intelligence to deliver instant MSD assessments. Here is how simple it is. It just records any work activity with a smartphone, and our AI analyzes body mechanics in real time, and you get comprehensive risk score in minutes. Just no setup, no wearables, no resistance from workers, just a smartphone and our cloud platform. Next slide, please. So Chimea is 100% SaaS, which means you can deploy today. Our iOS and Android app lets you download and start assessing immediately. You get a real-time skeletal tracking, as you can see on the picture, and instant relay and rebate score, which are ergonomic score validated by the ergonomic literature. And our Chimea app kit, which are glove sensors for the workers, they can put on to calculate automatically and with precision the wrist angulations. Because today, with only the computer vision, you cannot calculate precisely the wrist angulation. The Chimea cloud platform is accessible from any browsers. It includes NIOSH lifting calculation and the multi-site dashboard for managing multiple locations, and export reports for OSHA compliance. So this needs zero IT infrastructure, and you're up and running the same day. Can you go to the next slide? About the investment options, our pricing is designed to be flexible. A single user license is about $4,200 per year. We offer progressive discounts for volume pricing with 5 or more licenses. Training sessions are available at more than $1,000 per day, and we include ergonomist support in every package with technical support 5 days a week. And here is what sets us apart. We have 5 certified ergonomists ready to help you interpret data and build actionable prevention plans. And next slide. So now here is where the NSC grant makes this incredibly valuable. For the $20,000 grant investment, you get a complete MSD prevention solution, 6 full-year user licenses, 2 days virtual training session, dedicated ergonomist support, prevention strategy development, project implementation guidance, technical support 5 days a week, quarterly progress review, and OSHA compliance reports. This is everything you need to transform your workplace safety program. Next slide, please. We are trusted by over 150 clients across industries and around the world. In manufacturing with Volvo, Cummins, Airbus, and Safran. In logistics with Amazon, JXO, and Hermes Logistics, in food and beverages as well, Danone and Herta, and automotive. We did a recent deployment of Forvia across 150 sites worldwide. Our results speak for themselves: 75% faster assessment compared to traditional methods, objective data for before and after comparison, and immediate ROI through injury prevention. Next slide, please. So why does Chimera wins? For EHS, you can deploy in weeks, not months. Only 1 day of training is required to use the solution. And you can standardize assessment across all sites and implement truly data-driven injury prevention. For CFOs, there is no capital investment required. Our pay-per-use SaaS model means you only pay for what you need. You will reduce workers' compensation costs and boost productivity. 100% SaaS equals 0% hassle. And next slide, here is my contact information. If you want to try this program, this pilot program with us, you can contact me by email or telephone as well. And also go on www.moovency.com and we will be very happy and excited to work with you. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you very much for that. Up next, folks, we have the representatives from PRECURE.
Thank you very much, Jonathan, and good evening from Denmark. My name is Søren Würtz. I'm founder and CEO in PRECURE, and I just want to maybe start a little bit different and tell a more personal story, because 9 years ago, I met a patient of mine. I was working as an economist specialist in a company. She came to me with a very classical MSD injury. We basically got her fixed with traditional physiotherapy and so on, got her back to work. But 2-3 months later, she came back with the same injury, because as soon as the pain was gone, she just fell back to her old habits. And that led me into a thought of how on earth can we somehow monitor our employees and give them feedback in real time on how to change behavior. That was 9 years ago, and I founded PRECURE at that point. We are created solely by physiotherapists, economic specialists, and of course, engineers. And we are already present in Europe. We work with insurance companies, manufacturing companies, facility service management companies, and warehouse industry primarily, but also a lot of office working. And we both do risk analysis. We also help you with risk mitigating, and basically both compliance on the individual side, making preventive a real thing for your employees. Please, next slide. So just digging into what we actually do, our system works with 3 different elements. First of all, we have our wearable device. This is equipped with different type of sensors that can measure how your employees are moving. We can also measure force and so on. So it's a hyper-focused economic tool that shows you all the risk factors that's relevant for your employees. All of that data is then transferred to an app where the user in real time get feedback on their risk, but also helps them mitigate the risk, because it actually tells them why they're in risk and what they need to do to change that risk. The third element is a management reporting tool, basically for you as a manager to see how your employees are moving. So imagine you have a big manufacturing site somewhere. You can now see how your employees in different departments are doing, why they might are in higher risk, and even provide you direct with feedback on how you can mitigate that risk. Please go to next slide, Jonathan. So we have a lot of companies in Europe, as I mentioned, and some of the results that we see is especially very targeted your employees already experiencing pain. So one of the main problems is why do they actually have pain? We don't really know. Maybe it's not even the workplace that's giving them the pain. But we can actually show them exactly where in the process they have problems and what they need to do. So you don't have to examine specific tasks. You can just wear the vest for 2-3 days and get all the information, or the employees will get all the information, and they can change accordingly. When we do that and we reduce pain, there's a very strong correlation between pain and long-term sick leave. So we can also calculate the exact amount of money that you can actually save in this setup. The same goes for our risk reduction. So we can actually also prove that we can reduce your economic risk by 25% in average. And again, we can put numbers on that for you to see exactly what would that actually mean for your bottom line. Last slide. Yes, so what would a project together with MSD look like for us? First of all, it's very important for me to say that the implementation part of this is crucial, right? We will basically help you all the way. It's 5 easy steps. First of all, of course, we would like to see what participants we need to include. Then we do the onboarding. PRECURE will do that physically on your site. The employees wear the devices for up to 3 days, and then you get a full analysis of the risk. In the scope here, up to 3 departments, 20 employees in each department, and we add on that also 10 individual cases. So if you have employees already experiencing pain, they will get a separate process throughout this program. We also invite effect measurements so we can actually help you see the effect. So if you have multiple sites when your employees are doing the same, you can then actually change or use the best practices and transfer that into a new department. So I normally say, well, we do 90% of the work, 10% is left to you, but even there we give you very good support. And by doing so, we will help you reduce the strain levels by 25%, and that will lead into a reduction in your sick leave, MSD-related sick leave, with up to 15%. And then we can help you do the calculation of how much you can actually save on that. If you want to talk with me, please reach out. I sent my email in the chat, also our homepage if you want to learn a little bit more before, but please reach out directly to me. And I will help you with any questions. Thank you, Jonathan.
Great. Thank you very much. Folks, our next presenter is from SafetyVue.
Great. Hi, everybody. I'm Chelsea. I'm the co-founder of SafetyVue. And we're all here with the same goal, to make sure that everyone goes home safe. But our process has been the same reactive cycle. Someone gets hurt, we investigate, do the paperwork, hold another toolbox talk, and hope for the best, and until it happens again. So today I'm going to show you how we break this cycle. Okay. First, just a little bit about how we started. Our mission started with 2 personal stories. First, a friend of ours had a life-changing fall from a 2-story ladder. When this happened, we realized that 2 failures happened at once. There was a training failure because someone missed a critical step in securing it, and there was a process failure because nobody even noticed it wasn't secure. Either way, it was preventable, and we just couldn't figure out how something so important could be missed so easily. Then our daughter's school actually helped us spark the idea. She was unfortunately struggling remembering the information that she learned in class, and when we asked for advice, they didn't have a solution. And that's when it all clicked. That's when we realized that this is the problem in safety that could have saved our friend years of surgeries, years of rehab. We're not identifying the risk consistently. We're relying on slow manual snapshots that are different depending on the person. And with traditional training methods, we forget. The knowledge just doesn't always translate onto the job. Okay. So we built a new system to fix this. We start by first capturing all of your safety information from either instant field reports to live scans, all into one platform. From there, we analyze it. Our AI that we call Vera, she connects all the dots and pinpoints your highest risk areas, so you know what to focus on. Then Vera gives you a clear action plan to prevent these incidents from even happening. Our pilot is designed to take you through that entire process, giving you the objective data and action plan to mitigate the risk. And here's one example of how we help identify those risks. We walked into this exact rigging room and asked the team how many hazards they saw. They maybe identified 4 or 5. After a 10-second scan with our AR glasses, our system identified 25. So here's the difference. We analyze the environment. So it's not the worker. This isn't about big brothers watching. It's about finding the root cause of risk before something happens. In just under 3 minutes, a report was sent to their phone. To help draft their JHA, they could filter the report to only highlight the MSD risk if they want. For example, here it flagged awkward posture risk and explained why. Or they can generate the full safety report. And this is how we replace the subjective snapshot with fast objective reports. So now that we know what to focus on, we need to prevent. Sometimes Vera might recommend a simple fix like raise the pallet off the floor. Easy. But you can't always engineer out the risk, which is especially true for MSDs. A classroom lecture teaches us the what, it doesn't teach us the how. To retrain a physical habit, you need to practice with real-time correction, or you're just reinforcing the wrong movements over and over. Our simulation training acts as a virtual coach, giving you instant corrective feedback. It's how we combine the knowledge with safe one-on-one practice to build automatic instinct to perform the right techniques. And that's an overview of our system. We are inviting 3 partners for a 90-day pilot, completely covered by the $20,000 grant. It includes up to 3 pair of the Vuzix smart glasses, access to our mobile app for instant field reporting, and our Insights platform for all the analytics and action plans, and 90 days of dedicated support from our team. Our goal is to build your specific business case for proactive safety using your own data to prove that 6-to-1 return. And just to reiterate, the custom simulations are not included in this grant, but that is a separate conversation that we'd be happy to have. Okay. So if you're ready to break this reactive cycle and be one of our 3 grant-funded partners, please email us directly, or you can scan that QR code on your screen to learn more about us and contact us if you're interested. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. All right, folks, we've got just a few more presentations to go through. And next we have SentiMetrix.
Good afternoon. Hope you can hear me okay. While SentiMetrix is relatively well known for its work with various 3-letter agencies, we have been in somewhat of a stealth mode when it comes to MSD. And I guess the universe decided to illustrate it, that we are in a stealth mode by making our slides very dark. Hopefully, you will still get to enjoy the colorful icons. As many presenters before me said, employers pay out billions of dollars in working compensation every year due to musculoskeletal disorders caused by poor ergonomics, repetitive movements, so on and so forth. But most ergonomic assessments still rely on manual observation. At SentiMetrix, we took a new approach to the workplace safety by automating ergonomic and movement risk assessments using clinically grounded computer vision models. Next slide, please. So I'm proud to introduce PathML, the AI-powered application that delivers rapid, consistent, and privacy-secure video analysis. This application delivers rapid, consistent results, and unlike generic post tools, our models are grounded in clinical science. They have been validated against industry standard frameworks, ensuring accuracy, credibility, and easy adoption without the need for costly new hardware. Next slide, please. PathML eliminates manual review and identifies high-risk repetitive movements at scale, helping companies reduce injuries and costs while improving safety. This is all done with a simple-to-use system, with an easy onboarding and very, very streamlined training experience. Next slide, please. We have validated our technology with academic researchers in several major universities, and we have been working with National Institutes of Health. Our proprietary models detect and classify complex human movements many times faster than manual review, therefore transforming video into objective mobility insights. PathML can be readily integrated into workforce safety management system to flag unsafe movement and provide real examples to train workers. Next slide, please. PathML, so it's really good that this slide we can actually see. So it's a good illustration of PathML that is built on a flexible architecture that allows custom dashboard configuration, so that the customers can focus on the information that is important to them. We get a lot of compliments on our heat map solutions that you could see at the lower left corner, that basically integrates three axes into on a two-dimensional grid, movement intensity and duration, and highlights the instances when the combination becomes risky. The existing widget library can be extended as needed for customer requests. The system can provide user-specific alerts, and all the results can be exported into standard reporting formats for inclusion in reports or for compliance. Next slide, please. So we're ready to work with you to make PathML into a solution that fits your needs, solves your problems, and makes your office a safer place to work. We see a pilot process consisting of these 6 steps. Onboarding conference, where we determine what it is that we are planning to do for this particular customer. Then the customization of the PathML tool to meet the exact customer needs. Then the main part is the processing of the partner-provided videos. And those videos can come from pretty much any cameras that you have on site. Could be a low-cost standalone camera, could be a laptop camera, could be a wearable camera, could be a phone camera. After that, the system processes the data, generate customized risk reports for partner requirements, and we provide a live dashboard access to any partner for the duration of the pilot. I have to mention that the system can be either installed on site, and then you basically control all the aspects of it, or in the cloud, where the backend is running on Amazon, or as a combination thereof. After that, the last step is the follow-up evaluation, because we want to know what we did right. We want to continue to improve the product as we go forward. Next slide, please. So my name is Vadim Kagan. I'm the founder and president of SentiMetrix. My team has spent over 20 years developing machine learning platforms for various aspects of human behavior. And our work has been backed by multiple federal agencies and funding partners. Next slide, please. I see it. By turning everyday video into a clinically valid ergonomic assessment, PathML makes proactive prevention scalable, affordable, and practical for every employer. Together, we can help ensure workplace safety and healthy workers. I will drop our contact information in chat because I don't believe you can read it here. And we're looking forward to our prospective partners. Thank you.
Great, thank you very much for that. Our next presenter is the team from SpacialCortex. Go ahead and come on camera.
Hello.
There we go.
Amazing. Hello, everyone. I'm Kailash from SpacialCortex Technology. We are a safety technology company based in the UK. We develop sensors and analytics that help workplaces understand, anticipate, and reduce and prevent the risk of MSDs because of manual handling and also from desk-based work. Next slide, please. As we know, MSDs accounts for 1/3 of all workplace injuries in the UK and costs workplaces billions of pounds and millions of working days. It's also a leading contributor to disability in workplaces and occurs because of manual handling, awkward handling of material in awkward posture in repetitive fashion, forceful exertions, and it can also happen because of desk-based work, because of awkward posture, prolonged sitting, and lack of movement. Next slide, please. Our research shows that MSDs, because of manual handling, occurs because of the limitations of current processes, mainly because of today's risk assessment processes, which rely on visual inspection, which are subjective, episodic, and can't capture the detailed insights into the risk factors faced by staff in operational environments. It gets work as planned, but not work as done. And as a result, MSDs continue to cost huge financial productivity and compliance impacts, and importantly, the long-term health and well-being of staff. Our approach to this problem is that using detailed insights and data on the risk factors, workplaces can put in place suitable mitigations, train staff better, and then reduce the MSDs holistically. Next slide, please. Our approach relies on small sensors that seamlessly integrate to WorkVR, and our lightweight analytics runs on a standard mobile phone app that converts movements and activity patterns into ergonomic risks in standard ergonomic frameworks like HEC, MAC, REBA, and RULA. And it also tracks important biomechanical parameters like the spinal compression force that correlates to the risk of back injury. Next slide, please. Our technology helps in multiple use cases. The first one is the accurate and objective risk assessments. We can see colleagues wearing our sensors, and as they conduct the manual handling, the system actually tracks the ergonomic risk factors in real time and maps that across acceptable limits. And our app then creates a standardized, accurate ergonomic risk assessment report compliant with various frameworks, saving you time in the risk assessment process. Next slide, please. In addition to the risk assessments, we also have AI models that understands the patterns from the risk data. And with the information about the task environment, it can create suggestions for mitigations following the hierarchy of controls for the health and safety stakeholders to consider. Next slide, please. Our technology can identify ergonomic risks in real time and can provide real-time feedback in visual, audio, and haptic methods, which can be used for developing immersive targeted training, which is a step change from conventional training in a classroom or an operational setting. Next slide, please. There are three things that is quite unique with our solution. One is the versatility, accuracy, and the practicality. So our technology can help with various touch points on the MSD risk management framework. It's not just about the risk assessments, but also the mitigations and training and ongoing compliance. Our technology has been validated substantially in both in-house, lab-based, and operational environments. We track full body ergonomic risks, not just the torso or back angle, which doesn't get important ergonomic risk factors like the reach and horizontal and vertical reach. We don't need any cameras, so we are not limited by field of view limitation. It's suitable for indoor and outdoor use. We have gained a very good staff acceptance because the sensors integrate to their existing PPE that they're familiar with. No personal information is collected or processed, and it can be attached in various different ways. It also does not require any additional hardware, such as the charging dock, as it can be charged through a standard USB cable, and it has quite long runtime compared to similar motion capture solutions. Next slide, please. Our technology has undergone validation in several complex industrial environments, and we have uses as of now in rail maintenance, track maintenance sectors, in construction, onboard high-speed trains, pushing and pulling trolleys, delivering catering services, in ports, in warehouses, and colleagues doing repetitive manual handling in production environments. Next slide, please. Our early adapters so far have seen the potential 77% reduction in MSD risk exposure, 75% reduction in time taken to conduct risk assessments and demonstrate compliance, and are seeing more than 8 times return on investments. Next slide, please. We also have dedicated simplified solution for staff conducting desk-based activities, which keeps track of their posture and activity habits. Staff can develop, understanding of their underlying behavior, make informed changes to their activity and movement posture habits through real-time feedback, make adjustments to their ergonomic setup driven by data, and importantly, gain good awareness of their environments that they work in, both in office and also working from home. Next slide, please. we see this as a training tool which complements TSE assessments. And what we have seen is that just over the usage of more than about 3 weeks, colleagues see more than 80% reduction. 80% of the colleagues optimize their work setup based on the data and insights. 70% of the colleagues saw a reduction in discomfort, and more than 85% of the participants saw an increase in awareness of their posture and activity habits. Next slide, please. So the pilot program gives us a unique opportunity to trial our practical and validated technology in your operational environments. We look forward to working with you to scope an impact-driven pilot that focuses on your high-risk job roles. It can help you understand the underlying risk factors, help you develop mitigation strategies, and also possibly demonstrate measurable safety improvements. Through the program, you can assess the suitability of our technology for your use cases and also explore long-term pathways for long-term deployment. We'll be on hand to support you through various touch points from trial deployment, technology training and deployment, and ongoing support and data analysis as we go. Next slide, please. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'll share my contacts in the chat, and I look forward to connecting and discussing further. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much for that. Folks, we've got our final presentation of this session coming up just now from Vinci.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who made it through this webinar all the way to the very end. I promise I'll be quick. So I am Eagle. I'm the CEO, founder of Vinci Virtual Reality. We've been making VR training for a whole bunch of industries for the last 10 years. And I'm here to talk to you about what we do as regards to safety. Next slide, please. So I'm gonna talk about the problem we're trying to solve with a story. Specifically, in the last few years, the US has been pushing to make offshore wind. This is just an example use case. And this is such a new industry that what you're looking at, this picture, this is an installation vessel. No one has ever seen this ship or been on such a ship in like the US coastal waters until 2 years ago. So a lot of workers are being hired locally that have, let alone not even been offshore, really great tradespeople, really skilled at what they do, but are expected to not only work on an ocean, but also work in a completely foreign environment that is extremely dangerous and, frankly, can be a challenging environment to get used to. It leads to a lot of potential safety issues if you don't properly prepare and train people. And in the last few years, this is definitely something that we've seen an issue happen throughout some of the first few projects. Next slide, please. Oop, looks like this slide got a little butchered, but so what we offer is the immersive classroom platform. And what this is our fully realized virtual reality platform where we have fully immersive realistic VR work sites tailored to it can be tailored to basically any work site, but we also just have a large repository of 3D models and work sites that we've built before. The other part of the immersive classroom is exams. So the idea is that you're preparing people for these new foreign work sites that they may never have seen before in their real life. And then you can then test them and do things like present them with perhaps new safety challenges or scenarios that they might not know or may not run into before and see how they react and coach them through it. We're also able to make all these meet certification requirements, and we've actually also built a lot of our VR apps to meet certified requirements. We make all of our environments lived in, so we have everything from virtual workers that you can interact with, that can speak to you, to really make it so that as you're going through the training and learning about a new environment, you're also being able to learn how your coworkers might interact with that environment. Last but not least, all of our VR modules are built to run on portable VR headsets that you can mail and ship anywhere in the world. Next slide, please. So how does this tie back to the original problem? Well, what we did was we created a VR representation of this. This was actually built with a company called Equinor. And we built out a full VR safety training where a lot of the union members, specifically the electricians, were able to essentially practice before they ever step foot on a real vessel. So everything from getting seasickness acclimated in a moving environment to even something as simple as how do you cross a gangway onto a moving vessel and maintaining 3 points of contact. So all this was simulated, and we were able to give this to workers so that they can practice before they go to this new environment for the very first time. Next slide. So what does the pilot get you? A $20,000 pilot for building something in VR, truthfully, is at best, we're looking at a pilot project. Thankfully, we do have over 10 years of very large library of different types of work sites, everything from flight lines to basements of a home. So we're able to put together a very short and condensed pilot program that we could then begin testing with your use case. We're also able to provide support such as hardware purchasing or lending of our own VR headsets, as well as deployment and training support throughout the testing period. Next slide. So that's what we do at VinciVR. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. My email is listed here, and we're happy to share any demos and any other information as well. Thanks.
All right, folks. Hopefully you found those presentations to be very informative. I'm going to turn things back over to Paige to wrap things up for the day. Paige.
Yeah, thanks, Jonathan, and thanks everyone for sticking around. I know we kept you, until 15 after today. So appreciate everyone being here to the end. And thanks to all of our 10 great innovators for showcasing their technologies for MSD prevention today. We hope that you all listening in have learned more about possible technologies that you could implement in your own organizations to mitigate MSD risks. And we really encourage you to reach out to either the lab, and you see our email here on the screen, or directly to the solution provider if you're interested in partnering on a grant or just learning more about their technology. And thanks to all of our 10 innovators today. Most have dropped their contact information in the chat as well, but we can always get you connected with them if needed. Our team's also here to help as you prep your application, so please don't hesitate to reach out to our team if you do engage in the grant application process. And so just to close us out today, I just want to give a thanks for everyone joining us today and for your commitment to reducing MSD risks in your own work. Just by showing up today, you are showing your interest in learning more about how to protect your workforces, and really that's pretty commendable. So we appreciate you, and we hope you have a safe rest of your week. And thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.